really interested by, I mean, it's only an interest. I don't think it feeds into the work, especially, well, to a certain degree, but not overwhelmingly. I'm interested in stained glass windows and the effect of light coming through colours. Like those, that's kind of why I'm interested in those works that Anne Veronica Janssen's made. I'm interested by that kind of ethereal quality of light through a filter, through a coloured filter. And I was in Spain at the beginning of the year, and I went into a church and there was brilliant sunlight shining through some very small but incredibly carefully put together beautiful windows that were quite high up on the wall, and the angle of the sunlight going through projected the colours of the glass onto the wall. And everybody's seen illuminated stained glass before, but that projection was totally Anne Veronica Janssen's type of experience. But it wasn't bands of colour, kind of almost Rothko-like bands of colour, which is kind of how I think of Anne Veronica Janssen's light projections on the wall. It was shapes, and it was an abstract sort of, you know, it was an abstract construction. It's just like absolutely amazing. I started taking photos of it. I thought it was just great. The medieval art and the way that it uses light, stained glass windows, and then the other thing is those altarpieces where everybody's kind of shading their eyes from, you know, the glory of the light that comes down from the heavens and all this kind of stuff. That's of interest to me because I'm interested in how our society functions in certain ways, and it's, whether we like it or not, I guess religion was used in those days as a system of encouraging people to behave in particular ways. It still is to some degree. And the idea of shading your eyes from this powerful light that, you know, could do you so much harm and that you had to be so scared of is something that's of interest to me. And the way it manifests itself in structures. When these altarpieces were built, the way that these beams of light were carved out and gilded, and you see it in the V&A, you can see it in cathedrals all over the world, and some of them are really, really compelling. And so when I made that piece of work that you're talking about that was in the solo show at the end of 2007, that was definitely in my mind. But there were other references in that work as well, like those red sections on the sides that hinged, a little bit door-like, and they slightly sort of suggest mobile icons would collapse, like altarpieces would kind of, fold in sides and stuff like that, but it's actually more industrial than that. It's not so much a religious thing as the door sections, but it just ties in. They fit well together. But those projections, yeah, they're, to a certain degree, they're about lights, sources of light, and things projecting themselves towards you, and they're there physically to be menacing, to intrude on your space. You know? And in fact, the piece of work, in an ideal world, the bottom of it would be about 8 or so feet, 10 feet above the ground, so that it has that religious quality to it. You have to look up at it. It's one of the reasons I think that the silver screen is so powerful. You have to look up at it. You know? If you look down at it, you'd be in a position